अगर हम जो डिस्कस करते हैं ना हमारे हम एक्सपेक्टेड अगर हम कोई काम को कहें कि हाँ ठीक है तो इस तरह से करते हैं ना इंडियन लोग इस तरह से करते हैं
हर एक सोसाइटी बात जब ये करते हैं जो पॉइंट हम इस तरह करते हैं वो उसको इंसल्टिंग समझते हैं इंसल्टिंग इवन हमारी सोसाइटी में अब लोग कम इस तरह करते हैं कोई करते हैं इस तरह करते हैं क्योंकि दिस इज इंसल्टिंग तो जो भी वो बेसिकली उसकी बिहाइंड कोई रीजन होती है दैट्स व्हाई दे आर नॉट
इंसल्ट होती है और दूसरी सोसाइटी में इफेक्ट होती है तो इसलिए कल्चर जो डिफरेंट होता है उसमें क्लास आता है जब लोग
ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप My topic is about human relations or genetics. So as we know that human beings are away from each other, there is no human beings that are identical to each other. Even those men who are not twins, those who develop hormones, they have infrequent genetic variation because of mutation occurring during growth. Those people who are closely related to each other, even if they are same physically, they are same in the body structure, but the difference will exist between these two bodies as well. That difference will be in the form of fingerprinting. Their fingerprints will not be same with each other. So there are some causes that why human beings are varying from one another. So the first one is genetics. That's why human beings are varying genetics. So first we will define that what does genetics mean. Genetics is basically the study of heredity. Or we can say that those physical characteristics of human beings which are transferred or inherited from one generation or from one family to other families. This is called genetics. So genetics is the study of heredity. Genetics means made of DNA of the instruction manual for making proteins which combine in many ways to create all the parts of our bodies. Genes are arranged in a defined order in certain units called chromosomes. Proteins also help to create unique body features called traits. Some traits are visible like eye color, others are marked like the ability to face certain disease. Scientists who study the genetics are called genetics. So what is the genetic variation? Simply speaking, the variation is differences. Genetic variation is a difference in DNA. The letters of DNA are molecules called nucleotides: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine, stranded together in long chains called sequences. The occasional single letter differences that distinguish DNA among people are called single nucleotides. So what can DNA tell for us? DNA is really just a biological form of information storage. While the DNA is uniquely your own, researchers do not yet know how that uniqueness translates literally to the individual physical traits like hair color or countless other features and abilities. So the other factor on human variation is the environmental effect, that certain people or a group of the people, they are different from the other group of the people. So like those people who are living in the mountain area, they are different from those who are living in the plain area. Or if we say that those people who are living in the hot area, they are definitely different from those who are living in the cold area. If we bring two persons, one from mountain area and other from plain area, so we can differentiate between these two very simply, very easily. The other cause of variation on human is the differences, genetic variation related to health and disease also. Minor differences in DNA sequence have an effect on health and disease status because parents pass on their genes offspring. Some diseases tend to cluster in families similar to other inherited traits such as some aspects of physical appearance. In addition, epigenetic marking has been associated with some types of disease, such as cancer. However, it is important to recognize that many factors other than human genes, including diet, exercise, and environmental exposure, also contribute to health and disease. So, does everybody have the same genes or not? Yes and no. While the human genome is mostly the same in all people, slight differences exist. This genetic variation spread across many genes, make up about one tenth of percent of each person's DNA. Yet these small differences are enough to create people with different appearance and different health. These differences are often inherited, so the more closely related two people are, the more similar their DNA is likely to be. Does everybody have the same number of genes or not? Usually, but not always. A key type of genetic variation is copy number variation, which has been observed in individual twins that otherwise have identical DNA. Typically, everyone has two copies of each gene, one inherited from each parent, but scientists are learning that these DNA regions can carry anywhere from 0 to more than a dozen of copies of genes. In some cases, researchers have found one twin's DNA differs from the other by having different number of copies of the same gene. This can affect the gene activity level, which can affect traits. The study of human genetic variation has both evolutionary significance and medical application. The study can help scientists understand ancient human population migration as well as how different human groups are biologically related to one another. From a medical perspective, the study of human genetic variation may be important because some disease-causing alleles occur at a greater frequency in people from specific geographic regions. New findings prove that there are an average 60 mutations from a human from his or her parents. There is another type of genetic variation that goes beyond differences in DNA sequences is epigenetics. This type of variation arises from chemical structures that attach to DNA and affect how it gets read. The chemical type called epigenetics, marking acts as switch that control how genes can be read. Genetic variation can also be variation at the level of enzymes, using that the process of protein electrophoresis polymorphisms have more than one allele at each level. Ultimately, genetic variation is caused by variation in the order of base in the nucleotides in genes. New technology now allows scientists to directly sequence DNA, which has identified even more genetic variation than was previously detected by protein. Examination of DNA has shown genetic variation in both coding regions and in the non-coding region of genes. So this was my presentation. I don't have questions.
Why sometimes the child when born sometimes goes to his father and sometimes goes to his mother? What is the reason behind that? As you have studied biology.
Actually, we are not a student of the biology. We are a student of economics.
Because the DNA combination, arrangements of genes in DNA basically differentiate their baby and male resemblance with their parents, either by father or by mother.
Jesus.
That's good question.
Causes are biological.
But they are the combination of genes, and genes are genes.
I can
You can.
अगर उसमें से जो दिवाली हो जाए तो बेटर हो जाए अगर बम का एक्सपोर्ट करेगा बाप का तो उसमें से जो हो जाए ना
There are 20 days.